Say hi, Mom.
Hmm?
Say hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Perfect. That's the best actor who takes good direction. All right. So I asked you the recipe.
My recipe?
Yeah. Got it.
Ukrainian recipe.
But that's just for the
Dough.
the
This
dough.
is the dough.
And then for the fillings, the recipe is where? Okay. And then what happens if you get to scale the recipe? Make it twice. We're making a smaller batch. How do you know?
No, actually, we're
That's your shoulder there.
making a double batch right now,
Okay.
and
Which is still a smaller. Normally, how much do you make? A quadruple batch?
well, to use up the sauerkraut and the meat, this is a double batch.
Okay. But normally, when you're making a batch, how
A double
big?
batch.
A double batch.
And Grandpa
Okay.
and I would make 2 double batches.
Got it. Okay. So where do we start?
I will.
Walk me through what you've got set up already.
What have I got set up?
Yeah.
This is for your father to cut. He likes the big one.
Yeah.
This rolling pin, the flour to go on the here
So that's where he rolls out
and cuts.
the dough.
He rolls and cuts.
Okay.
And
Got
then
it.
he puts them over here,
Yeah.
and I fill them and put them in there, and then they go to the freezer.
And that's a floured sheet.
Baking sheet.
Oh, so you freeze them separately. Don't
Yeah.
throw them on a bag so they bunch together and freeze. Got it. Okay, and nothing special about the tea towel, just tea towel. Okay, what else you got set up?
Well, I make the dough first,
Okay,
and then we let it set for a little bit.
yeah,
And while it's resting, we make the filling.
okay.
So I'm going to start with the dough.
Okay, we'll start with the dough.
Start with the dough?
Yeah.
Okay, just a minute, I gotta check my recipe.
So what are you doing?
6 cups of flour,
What kind of flour?
white, Robin Hood.
White Robin Hood, all purpose?
Yep.
Okay, you're not sifting, you're not worried about, and you're not seasoning the flour?
No,
No? Okay. Sorry. How to confuse Grandma. Talk to her while she's counting.
that's right. And I don't, Grandpa would be doing this.
Oh, level cup, you could care less?
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Grumpy? Level cups?
Level cups.
Some salt, again.
What's some? Oh, okay. Dash, dash, dash. Got it.
And then again, some canola oil.
And where's canola oil from?
Saskatchewan.
Really? And what does canola oil stand for? Canadian oil.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the name.
used to be called
Rape. Got it. Okay, so how much is going in?
some.
2 loaves.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Count of 5 on the oil? Yes?
About that.
About
Depends
that?
how fast you come.
Okay.
No, I don't want that. Sorry.
No, no worries, no worries.
Gotta go get some eggs.
Right, forgot about the eggs.
Don't forget to cut your recipe in half.
Don't disturb me.
Pardon? You're not making as big a recipe as usual, right?
I am making a double batch, which I usually make. Okay.
How else am I going to eat 15 if she doesn't make a double batch?
You're gonna get 30. 4 each.
Yes, a single batch is 2. So I'm making a double batch, as I said.
So 4 whole eggs, regular size, not
Yep.
In a double batch.
in a double batch.
I don't know when I have made a single batch at one time, like when we get towards the end of everything and there's some left, then I will make a single batch, but as a rule, it's a double batch.
And remind me again, how many cups of all-purpose flour?
6
6. Got it.
for
So
a
we've
double
got-
batch.
We haven't made any plum pierogies for a long time.
6 cups of all-purpose flour, a dash of salt, 5 glugs of canola oil, and 4 whole eggs.
Yeah.
Didn't you scan this out of the recipe book?
No.
Why?
Hello, Captain Obvious.
Leave you.
And you found the biggest possible wooden spoon you could get out of your...
No.
Not even wood, is it?
Yes, it is wood. And you kind of just
Gotta get her fingers into it.
get the oil and the egg kind of mixed in there.
Incorporated.
Oh, okay, if that's the word you want.
Yeah. And what are you looking for out of the dough? What sort of texture?
I'm going to be adding water now.
Oh, okay. See, I'm jumping ahead. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I'll be patient.
This is just
Why
kind
is
of
it
like,
blind cold?
Huh?
Why it's blind cold?
Because for lighting.
So then to turn the light on.
We did.
Yeah.
I can't mix light sources.
You can't what?
Mix light sources. The camera doesn't handle it.
Any camera you got?
okay, if you want to look at my mixture here, it's kind of like what they would say, kind of like oatmeal, kind of like it's not all in there, but it's there.
Yep.
Okay?
Dry oatmeal. Or, yes,
Okay,
dry.
well, yeah. I'm looking at your bowl on this side and it's still all wet inside the bowl on this side. Like you never got there with your spoon. Turn the bowl. Turn the bowl. Turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it. Right in front of you now.
Here.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, it's right around the bowl too. So I don't know what's happening here. Usually, you can feel it when you hit it with the spoon?
No.
Well, it seems...
And then you, guess, by guess and by gosh.
The water.
Yep,
Till you get the dough texture you want.
yep,
Got it. That pint glass is... yeah, okay.
cold water. Start with 1
On what?
cup. 2 cups.
Yeah.
To make only one single batch, you would just divide it.
In half. See, lighting's screwed. You're in the dark. Are we looking over here? Yeah. Oh, forgot. Back to the oil to get the wedding ring off.
Should have done that to begin with.
Are you having any luck?
Yep. Nope. Make sure the drain's in.
Use some soap and water. Don't forget to close the sink.
Eureka!
You got it.
And then you,
Oh, right, you've actually got a
a ring holder.
ring holder.
Okay, now we can go.
More
You know
water.
this is going on YouTube, don't you? Like what's his name
So,
says on TV?
This is going to be third cup now? Yeah.
Maybe. Probably. You don't put it all in.
Got it.
Scientific.
What was that?
Real scientific.
Yes, it is. It's baking. You're making dough, and even though you're boiling it, it's still baking, right? Isn't it?
No.
The process
I'm
you're
kneading
going
it
through.
right now.
No, but I'm saying Baking is a very specific way of cooking, and right now, just like making pasta or making bread, you're following a baking recipe.
Yes, okay.
But it don't get baked.
But it doesn't get baked; it gets boiled. It's a boiled dough.
Till it's not quite sticky.
Yeah. So that it's coming away from the bowl and not quite sticking to your hand.
Yeah. You don't want it too dry because then the dough gets like hard.
Yeah.
Hard to roll too. Like
If,
this is still sticky.
For those that paid attention and wondered why she didn't take off her actual wedding rings rather than her other ring earlier, she only uses one hand when she's punching the dough. She's using the wet hand, dry hand technique. Very clever. Now what's this?
It's a little bit too
You
sticky.
put too much water.
So that was salt?
Flour.
Oh, so you've got a shaker of flour just in case. Talk about oh, right, because Dad's going to use that later
Yep,
for when he rolls out.
yep.
Clever, clever. Violence,
What the hell was that?
violence.
Threw my dough in the bowl. You know, like,
I'm looking out the window in the house shades.
you know, a bit sticky. But
Well, that's because you added water. You made it sticky again.
Actually, she added
The more
flour.
water you add, the more sticky it gets. Yeah.
Once again, Captain Obvious from the background pipes up.
no, it feels good.
Good.
If it's a little bit sticky, that's okay when Grandpa goes to
Got it.
he'll add more flour. Okay, so we're now just,
What I said when I patted her bum. Feels good.
we'll just set this aside
So this has to rest for how long?
till I get all that stuff ready.
Okay, so there's no specific,
No,
right, because we don't have
But if
these
she
yeast.
does, when she makes the second batch of dough, when we're making a big batch, it has to rest for a while before I can use it. Before I can roll it. Right? Dear?
yes,
But this isn't a risen dough,
no.
so we're not expecting any action out of it.
It will smooth out.
It's
Smooth out, is that the word?
not
Oh.
quite sticky.
Incorporate.
Okay, yeah.
That's the word we're
Okay,
looking
now that can sit there and do its thing.
Mm-hmm.
The flour will swell with the moisture in it.
And I am going to cook up the meat.
Why have you got the wood under the hot plate on the stove?
Because you, never mind, I'll tell you later.
Stove is for hot.
So basically stage 2 now is working on the filling, so it's got a chance to cool later.
Yeah.
Working on the filling, so it's got a chance to cool later, while the dough's having a chance to settle and incorporate.
Nice back. Get out of the picture.
So how much pork is that?
It is over 1 kilogram, but I will not be using all of it. I think it's over, yeah, it is over 1 kilogram.
Okay, so large pack. A little bit of canola oil in the bottom of the pan.
I know it's pork and it is fat, but it will stick somewhat.
Yep.
So, lean ground pork.
Got it. What temperature's the pan at?
Fairly hot.
Fairly hot.
This is the jar of sauerkraut that we're going to use, and it is 7.96 mLs.
Got it. So 3/4 of a liter of sauerkraut. You didn't drain it beforehand or
I will
anything?
be.
You will be, okay.
Once this starts doing its thing, I think that looks pretty good.
Yeah, looks good to me.
Okay, I'm going to put this in something. Okay.
So no seasoning in the meat so far. No
So far.
salt, because that'll shrink the meat up.
Well, I usually do put a little bit.
Okay, no, that's fine. I'm just, if
Yeah.
it's not a big deal, maybe you do want to pull out the moisture a bit, then with salt. Here, Mom, here, take this, look through it, point it at me. You got it? You don't have to touch anything. Just, I'm in the shot.
Mm-hmm.
There,
we go.
I did my 2 bits. Thank you. Now you get a director's credit.
Ooh, yay!
Well, actually cinematography, but either way. So drain the sauerkraut. Because any excess moisture in this is going to screw with our dough, I imagine, right?
Yeah. Ah,
It's coming.
so it's Christmas.
Ah! Key step.
Not only to drain it, to get rid of some of the sauerkraut juice.
So get rid of the excess vinegar flavor and some of the excess salt as well.
Okay, sure.
Perfect. Multitasking in the kitchen. What color are we going to look for on the pork?
Beige.
Beige.
Gray.
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 So here.
Yeah, like that, yeah.
Once again, the infamous tiny spoon. Those are world renowned, you know. I make money selling those.
Really?
Yep. There's a cook. His name is Babish. The show is Binging with Babish. And oh, he has a tiny whisk.
This one's too big.
That
and
one's too big, yeah.
long. Actually, Pam got me those little gals.
Now, he's known for his tiny whisk, so now you're known for your tiny spoon. It's a pretty good shot of Mom's
Got them
tiny
from
spoon.
Pam.
Very nice. So pepper,
Pepper,
finely ground.
pepper, pepper.
Dust, dust, dust.
Salt,
Watching the salt carefully. And then
savory.
savory, like that you would put on chicken.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, and it's savory powder.
Yep.
Spice powder. And no. Round again. That's a good full 2 rounds of spice.
Is it? Okay, whatever.
Getting a little bit of color, and I'm guessing we don't want any what they call fond off the bottom of the pan, where
Right.
it sticks any of that color. Got it. Now you were, ooh, that smells good. I got the savory up my nose. Yeah, that's what I would put in chicken.
Okay.
With your left hand, you were sneaky. You went for a teaspoon. How so?
I'm going to later drain the fat off.
Got it.
Uncle Robert, Auntie Helen got from Newfoundland relatives some savory. I should have used it, but that's all right.
No, that's fine.
And you break up the lumps, of course.
Okay, so you're trying to keep it up into a kind of a fine cooked. You don't want lumpy.
Yep.
Now, how close to the color are we here?
Well, there's some pink here and there yet, so we got
Okay,
to.
so we're trying to get rid of the pink, and you're keeping it spread so that the moisture can boil off in the pan. Got it. And we're still on a medium-low?
More medium-high.
Medium-high. Got it. And now, too, because you put the spices in earlier, they were able to get absorbed into the moisture a bit and incorporate it into the flavor. Got it.
Just about there.
Smell-o-vision at this point would be, it smells like a buttery chicken. Ah! Clever! So, Mr. Obvious from the peanut gallery earlier was giving us a hard time about the wooden block. The reason is, Mom was all lined up to be able to tilt her pan to get her excess oil out. Genius!
Should have been the first year.
See, some of the pepper and stuff is in there.
Yeah,
too, but
yeah,
That's
but-
fine.
Now actually, this is a lot more water than it is fat, probably. Yeah.
Because it was supposed to be lean pork too, so.
We're really trying to go for a dry.
Yep. And this is still up here, still cooking sort of, so.
Yep.
Because I haven't done anything to the heat. We try to get this moisture from when the sauerkraut gets in and I've cooked it all together be fairly dry, because if it's too moist, it goes into the, when you're trying to seal a pierogi, it will not seal properly because of the wetness.
Got it.
You got it for stay?
Yep, for stay. Now, are you going to try your tilt and remove moisture trick again later, or this time we should be able to just cook it?
Should be able to absorb most of it.
Okay. And are we trying to cook the sauerkraut or just warm it through? Really?
Heat it.
Heat it. To get that moisture out.
And I will be putting the lid on in a bit to kind of steam it to make the sauerkraut pliable, I guess you would say.
Yeah, you're cooking it through.
Limp.
We're going to lose the crunch by doing that.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
Just trying to get a mix of sauerkraut and pork on the bottom of the pan. Yeah.
Yep, basically. I'm going to let it steam for a few minutes. It's kind of, it's smoothing out
Yeah.
to make a smooth dough.
Yeah. So we're kind of at halftime now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
With rinsing the sauerkraut, it kind of gets rid of, like you said, some of the vinegar and the fat,
Yeah.
really sauerkrauty taste.
Too overpowering.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that extra salt too that's in it, the brine.
It's just about at the stage where I want to cool it.
Yeah.
You see the sauerkraut is quite limpish,
The sauerkraut's gone limp and almost the same color as your pork right now.
I suppose, yeah.
And you're dry when you pull away on the corners of the pan.
Basically,
Yeah.
and that's what I want.
Gotcha.
Oops.
Every good chef tastes their food as they're cooking.
That's the idea of the way to cool it too.
And how's it taste?
I ain't getting any sauerkraut.
You didn't what?
There's some sour.
Oh, I see in your taste. Yeah.
Okay.
Off. And set aside to cool. So we've successfully cooled our sauerkraut and pork mixture. To what? Room temperature, I guess, right?
Yeah, kind of
Yeah, touchable.
25 degrees.
less than lukewarm. Cool.
So this is our assembly station.
This is our assembly station, right?
Got it. Angry old man. Out from the peanut gallery and into activity. Classic Ron Dunheimer shows at the end to take all the glory. Okay, so that's, get around the other side of the camera. We're gonna prep the dough into sheets and press it with the infamous iced tea can. And then he sets these over here to rest, right? No, not rest. They can go straight to you. You fill, and then you drop over into the sheet to freeze separately.
Yeah.
Got it.
Who's using this?
I probably made cinnamon buns on it.
And you didn't wait for it after you're done?
No,
We can see that.
There, now be nice.
No, I get more rewards being this way.
Yeah, right.
Well, didn't I just get kissed?
The infamous flour shaker.
Got that from Minot, didn't we, along with the stuff to make lepsa?
Mm-hmm. The rolling pin too, I think, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
we did, yeah.
What's on the rolling pin?
The cover.
That came with it or something you came up with?
It came with, no, we bought it separately.
So it's to prevent sticking?
It keeps some of the flour in.
Yeah. Oh, it keeps flour within the,
Bottom of it, yeah.
got it.
I have a regular one downstairs that we bought for Ron's mother. How does it feel?
Looks not.
Later, we'll be digitally replacing my father with a computer-generated.
No.
Now,
Mhm.
we are going to make this nice and thin and flat, and it's a very hard thing to do.
How
You
thin?
have to be scientifically smart to be able to do this.
How thin?
3 times as thick as cigarette paper. This way, that way, this way, that way. Well, we should maybe stretch it the other way. This way, that way.
Remember to put your jewelry back on. We don't forget it.
You want to see how hard I'm pressing? Put your finger down here.
No.
Not too
Chicken.
thin now, Ron. Remember?
Not too what?
Too thin.
Yeah, but they'll weigh less when he takes them home.
I can't take them home on the plane.
Now, for the very important part of designing this thing into something really nice. Put one there, one there, another one there. Now, because you don't want to keep the other person held up, you take these and put them over there for to fill.
And if you don't like them that big, we have 2 other sizes.
Okay, let's be clear. Hold those up again so you can see them. Yeah, those are almost as old as I am.
Yeah.
If not
They're
older.
older than you are,
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah,
probably
syrup,
older than
syrup,
me.
whereas that's an iced tea tin there.
Yeah, which somehow still has the paper on it.
We have very sophisticated equipment.
Yeah, you can't find these anymore. They're antiques.
Hang on, which ones? You guys or the cans?
Both.
I'm going to finish with him and then we're going to come to you.
Okay.
I want to see what he does with his remainder.
It's re-rolled.
How is the dough? Good?
How is it go? How's
For
it
me, it's
move?
good.
Okay, don't
Well, I'm
complain.
asking you, because you're the one that's rolling it out.
You can use this one, can't you?
Yep.
That's a sign of you had enough flour on the deck. What's the sign you didn't have enough flour on the rolling pin?
helping or making pierogies, did I?
You were probably smart and did this when we weren't home, because we would have just gotten away.
I'm gonna learn something maybe too, though.
Look at the mouth.
Their lips. Yeah, looks like a pair of lips.
Too thin?
What you've done so far is good.
Right.
Some people make a square, cut a square, and then fold it like into a triangle. But we're used to ours round.
Some people don't have the right equipment.
Like the iced tea can.
Yeah. Actually, I think my roommate Olga taught me when I was living with her how to make pierogies to some degree, along with your mother.
All right, Mom, coming over to you.
Well, we gotta
So Dad's been getting the rounds ready,
yeah,
which aren't perfectly round, but it's not the end of the world, because I'm guessing you...
I reshape them.
That's when you pick them up, they go out around. They're cut perfectly round.
Okay, your next one I'm going to come in tight here on you. And,
Okay, here's the,
yeah?
see what I mean by stretch it a little to make how
Oh,
you,
okay, so you're thinning it even a little bit more?
well, kinda,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, and it's a little bit of an oval shape. How much is going in there? A tablespoon?
Sorta.
Is that a tablespoon in your hand?
Yes, this
Yeah.
is a tablespoon.
Okay, so heap tablespoon.
And you have to be careful you don't get any sauerkraut ends sticking out.
Around the lip.
Yeah, because that's where you
Where you seal it.
seal it.
So you're tucking it in
Yeah,
and then pinching.
yeah.
Are you like serious pinching or just kind of pinching?
No, serious, because you don't want them to fall
Yeah.
apart. Make sure. Depending on the dough, sometimes if it's a harder dough, it may not seal as well. You may have to do like a pie crust. You might have to moisten it.
Around the edges?
Yeah.
Right,
But these,
got it.
this is good today. So like doing a cigarette, kind of. I think, isn't it a cigarette? No, not quite.
Mom, if you're rolling joints that big, I'm not hanging out with you.
And you notice the can had to be upside down to do this.
Yeah. Because that's where you cut it open as the...
Don't tell them that.
Well, we're giving away all your secrets. So how many dozen do you think we're going to get out of this double batch?
3. Maybe 4.
How much dough have you got left?
I don't know. Ooh, this one's a little thin. That's a thick one.
This is the quietest this house has been the whole time I'm here. Okay, so I'm guessing there's another, what, 20 minutes work here?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, at
Wanna
least,
take a-
just making these. And then you're going to put them best you can in the freezer on the tray so they freeze
Just like
separately,
that, yeah.
right? And then bag them.
Yeah.
Okay, so now in the interest of time, they call it television magic on cooking shows.
Going to
When these come out of the freezer, what do we do?
have a pot of boiling water with a bit of salt in.
Yeah, and what, like a big pasta pot full of water?
Well, depending how many you're cooking.
Okay, yeah,
Same as you would do macaroni, you portion it to the water
yeah,
and put them in. And they supposedly the recipe says once they come to the top floating, but I give them a little bit longer than that, which maybe 2 to 3 minutes.
okay,
And then take them out.
yeah.
And you can serve them with fried onions and butter if you wish, or sour cream, or we like to have them with buttered breadcrumbs.
So what are butter breadcrumbs?
fried bread, crumbed up, fried in butter.
Fine breadcrumbs melted in melted butter and browned a little bit, and then you put them over top.
Okay, so then do you do those? So you take them out of the boiling water, drain them, and throw them in a frying pan with the breadcrumbs and butter, and you not scorch, you brown the breadcrumbs and you brown the,
Yeah.
the pierogies a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you eat 15 of them.
Some people do,
Yes.
yeah.
Best served with Dad's homemade beer.
Oh yeah, I'm sure with beer, yeah.
Yes.
Any kind of beer.
Those are the breadcrumbs. So that's basically saved bits of
Dried bread. Bread you don't use.
dried bread or toast.
No
not
toast.
No.
You don't toast it.
No.
But you let it dry out on the counter, and then how are you crumbling those crumbs up?
Yeah, the ends of the loaf and stuff like that.
The heels, yeah.
Yeah.
But how did you make them into crumbs?
Well, we put them in a plastic bag and take a
Rolling
roll
pin.
into them and then
Beat it.
crush them.
And that's our topping, as it
Yeah.
were.
Some people will do the dried bread in a blender, but it gets pretty fine and,
Too fine, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Depends on your preference.
Yep. Now I heard there was a recipe, alternate recipe, that had bacon for flavor. They
Sauerkraut
cook the
Perogies?
bacon in with a pork.
Well, you could, yeah, I don't see why not. if you
But
want
don't
to.
forget the price.
Of the bacon.
Right.
And
Right.
as I told you yesterday, your godmother, which is his cousin, said she puts a bit of mashed potato in here, cold mashed potato.
For
It
filler.
holds it together better.
Oh,
so
and for
you don't
binder.
Yeah,
Got
have
it.
this, but we don't bother.
Okay, Dad, why did you say don't forget the price?
Bacon is way more money than burger. Or used to be, I shouldn't say
No,
anymore.
yeah, who knows? Okay, I think we're gonna wrap up. You wanna say bye?
No,
Oh, wait, there's one more?
once this tray is full,
Yeah.
I'll put a sheet of wax paper and put more on top.
Oh,
'Cause
Stacks them.
I stack them.
we don't do that in our house. That's clever.
Well, it saves room in your freezer.
We use separate trays.
Well, and there's lots of your room in your freezer.
Wax paper between the layers so you get more stacked up and they still
Yeah,
freeze.
But don't stack more than 3.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, any last words of wisdom?
Yep. Bon appetit.
Excellent, Dad.
We do this in winter.
Enjoy,
I'm going to enjoy them.
even if they got eggs in.